To reposition Nigerian universities and make them competitive, the National Universities Commission recently announced the implementation of the new core curriculum minimum academic standards to commence this September. In furtherance of this, the federal government directed tertiary institutions to strengthen mechanisms to prepare graduates for life after graduation and contribute to the economic development of the nation. And my guest, Acting Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission, Mr. Chris Miyaki, will shed more light on our focus. Mr. Chris, thank you so much for joining us on Insights.
Thank you very much, Liz.
Now, you know, there was a colloquium recently where key actors expressed their views on this development. What would you like to tell us about this, and why is this decision coming now?
Thank you once again, Liz, for this opportunity. The colloquium of stakeholders was convened by the National Universities Commission on the 23rd of August. This highly regarded platform was attended by the Honorable Minister of Education, the Senate Committee on Education, the Committee of Vice Chancellors, whose members, being Vice Chancellors in their own right, chair the various university senates. And I should add here that university senates, are that very important arm of the university that has been saddled with the strategic and vital responsibility in all academic matters, including mounting programs, quality assurance, accreditation, etc., etc. We also had regulatory agencies such as the NBTE, the TED Fund. We had other stakeholders, directors of academic planning, and our development partners were all part and parcel of this colloquium. And we decided to convene this colloquium because to review a curriculum of this magnitude requires a lot of stakeholder involvement and validation. And as you will hear in due course, we have had to review our curriculum in such a multi-stakeholder collegiate involving all stakeholders throughout that entire gamut and the processes. And so we decided that we will bring the stakeholders to cross the T's and to dot the I's, and then to formally inform the nation that effective from September, universities will be under obligation to activate, to domesticate, and thus to streamline the immediate implementation of the core curriculum and minimum academic standards.
All right, Mr. Chris, how long did it take us to develop this comprehensive blueprint for Nigerian universities for their enhancement?
Well, I think before I speak about how long, it would be good to give you a piece of history. The National Standards and Establishment of Institutions Act of 2004 empowers the National Universities Commission to prescribe minimum standards, to conduct accreditation, and to resource verify programs to be mounted in all degree programs, in all institutions of, in all universities and degree awarding programs. I should say that the CCMAS was actually kick-started in 2018. At that trajectory, the National Universities Commission had come up with a blueprint for the repositioning of university education in Nigeria. And one of the set goals, one of the targets as enshrined in the blueprint is to update, to revise curriculum, to bring it to speed, to make sure that it is in tandem with what is happening around the world. We started in 2018. We sent out drafts of we sent out the BMAS, which preceded the CCMAS. We sent them to universities. We harvested comments. We shared best practices from other climes. We then empanel subject area experts. We involve the academia, we involve the academies, we involve the captains of industry under the auspices of the Nigeria Economic Summit Group and our development partners. However, during that intervening period, the COVID-19 set in, and therefore that created a lull period. And we also then began to work remotely in a multi-stakeholder collegiate. And then by 2021, we started some form of in-person meetings. By 2022, we got to the point where we were very happy with the progress made, and we therefore consummated the CCMAs by 2022 to make sure that they are fit for purpose. They meet the expectations of the modern workplace.
All right, we understand that 17 disciplines have been introduced into the new curriculum. How are these disciplines expected to reshape higher education in Nigeria?
Well, they say the past is in the eyes of the present. And we started as a flagship regulatory agency for university education. We started with the MAS, the minimum academic standards. This was in 2007. In 2016, following gaps revealed by the Labor Market Observatory, we transited to the benchmark minimum academic standards. But then, because curriculum is evolutionary, curriculum is dynamic, curriculum is not cast in stone, it is that resource that must be seen to be consistent with new developments, with new technologies, new economic dynamics. There are facts and factors that continue to shape the evolution of curriculum. And therefore, the CCMAS, as you would have seen now, has 17 disciplines. The BMAS had 13 disciplines. But in 2016, the National Universities Commission, in concert with stakeholders, added computing as a standalone discipline, and that made it 14. But subsequent to this, and as a commemoration of the CCMAs, we have had to add allied health sciences. We added architecture, and then we also added mass communication and media studies. We believe that the CCMAs have new features, and one of which is the fact that the employability, the issue of entrepreneurship, the issue of digital literacy, the issue of blended interface between the traditional learning process and that of e-learning. We also believe that the CCMAS has now encapsulated those attributes that make a graduate a truly 21st century functional, relevant and competitive entity.
All right, Mr. Chris, I want to believe that the CCMAS is actually intentional, and as it has several features, and entrepreneurship is part of them. We've talked about computer science, digital science, mass communication. Now, let's speak entrepreneurship, because you dwelt actually on entrepreneurship. Now, this is an aspect the world is actually falling back to. Yeah. So how will this add more value to us, to the lives of the students and the Nigerian economy? And let me ask, why is this coming now? Shouldn't this be part of curricula in different higher institutions?
Well, I think this is the trajectory that we found ourselves as a university system, as the academia. We got to that trajectory where we had to look at ourselves in the mirror and told ourselves some hard truths and said, hey, the Labor Market Observatory has revealed deficiencies you know, in some of the attributes of the Nigerian graduate. And I don't think that it is a matter of regret or to say it was too late. I think it is better late than never.
Than never.
And it is with a deep sense of pride and a deep sense of fulfillment that collectively it dawned on us that we needed to a paradigm shift. And we have taken the right steps. We have involved all the academia, the members of the academia. We have involved the academies, you know. We have involved the directors of academic planning, the university senate. We have involved our development partners and sister regulatory agents. And we have also borrowed the best practices. We have harvested some of the best practices to be found around the world. Mind you, a university enterprise by definition must demonstrate those attributes that make it truly an international entity.
How do you intend to monitor and evaluate the impact of this move?
We will use the CCMAS as a reference point. We will also use the CCMAS as a reference point for all our accreditation activities. That process that we visit universities periodically with the experts, you know, all put together to confirm conformity, or otherwise to the extent regulatory prescriptions as to be found in the CCMAS. And we have a virile Directorate of Inspection and Monitoring. And from time to time, when we resource verify, when we conduct accreditation, this department, is also has also been established to from time to time visit the universities with a checklist, with some parameters for measuring the functionality or otherwise of mind you, the National Universities Commission exists to uphold the sanctity of quality at all times. The CCMAS has two components, whereas hitherto the National Universities Commission would send out the minimum standards 100%. We have decided to compartmentalize 70% to be the minimum. And now we have for the first time in 40 years we have allowed the individual university senates, we have now given them the liberty. They are now at liberty. They have the latitude now to populate 30% of the CCMAS. And this is a groundbreaking innovation. And this is a major highlight, a feature of the CCMAS. 70% is that is sent from the National Universities Commission after due process, having followed all the gamut, the processes. We roll that out to the universities, which they have to comply with. But they are also now at liberty. They have the latitude now to populate the 30% in such a way that it reflects their peculiarity. Every university has its own character, has its own past, has its own present, and every university is in a better position to be able to know its future direction. And this is the beauty of the CCMAS.
Chris Mayaki, Acting Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission, we want to thank you so much. Thank you for your contributions and insights this week.
Thank you very much, Liz. Thank you for the opportunity to make a contribution. Thank you.